I'm gonna do Dimitri's now and wait until Orange gets here to see if she has any freckles and Dr. Crane questions. But I'm going to do Dimitri's, and Dimitri want to know that this was sort of a joke idea I think we came up with over Skype, which is after Dr. Crane dies and then his Riddler dies, like Dimitri's Riddler, Edward Kiwi dies, that they'd both end up becoming like Grim Reapers and basically just have Grim Reaper sitcom like shenanigans. And Dimitri sent me some asks dealing with that, so I'm going to answer them. Just going based on where they are in my inbox. Alright, the first question is, how would they handle souls like grannies or jokers? Well, my granny would already be dead and wherever the fuck she is, and I don't know. So they may not actually have to deal with her at all. The other granny, like the one that's alive, maybe we could do an RP with her where they do some shit. That could be a fun AU. But I don't know. Because we got into a fight about this, about what happens. Because my headcanon for, like, the Keeney family is that when they all die, they become ghosts. Like, they have no permanent resting place. They just become ghosts and float around hating everyone. And Dimitri thought that John should get the chance to destroy Granny's ghost, which I disagree with because just personal reasons in the cosmology of how my universe functions and such. I don't believe spirits and ghosts and all those things can be permanently destroyed. It's a personal choice. The idea of it's something I'm really, really uncomfortable with, personally, and so that created, like, an argument. So, I don't know what would happen with Granny. Maybe they could, like, have Landy create a prison for her and they can just lock her away for all eternity. As for the Joker soul, Dimitri, we've already established that Joker's an elder god. When he dies, he's just gonna possess another person or turn into, like, Cthulhu or something. They're not touching that shit. The Joker has no soul. Alright. Well, that's the first question. Alright. Second one is, most frequent arguments Reaper, John, and Edward would have. I think the most frequent arguments they'd have is the fact that Dr. Crane, John, will basically just want to do the stereotypical Grim Reaper, skeleton in a cloak, scary thing, and Edward will just be like, dude, no, stop it. Stop being scary. You're dead, you don't need to scarecrow anymore. So that'll probably be their most frequent argument, is how they should make the Reaper job. Who would Reaper John and Reaper Edward insist on taking alone? Who would they insist on taking together? John would want Eddie and Drew. Like, my Eddie and Drew, and probably Scarecrow would want to take them by himself. Though with Scarecrow, he may let Edward join too. I feel like Edward would probably want Aaron and, like, his children. We actually had a little plot idea, which was either Scamp or Cody gets, like, really sick and are, like, dying, and, like, they just show up on, like, Edward and John's, like, Reaper list, and John is just like, no, we're not taking them. So they get better instead of dying. John may want Freckles alone, and he'd probably want to just be like, I'm gonna fucking troll him in the last moments. Fucking asshole took 15 minutes to kill me, he deserves this. And everyone else in the family, they'd probably, like, take together, like, John may probably let Edward join him with Scamp, maybe Cody, probably Orange John and Orange Eddie, they'd take together, Helix, they'd probably take together, Katie, so probably, like, the rest of the family, and then, like, just random people they'd probably, like, take together, or just, like, take turns. Edward probably, like, lock John in the closet if he's being too spooky. Speaking of too spooky, Heartblood, John would probably want to take alone, because that's his grandson. But yeah, that is what I think, and those are the only 3 questions Dimitri sent for the Reapers. Nice little 5-minute video, so I think I'm gonna end it now. And everyone send asks about, like, the Freckles, Dr. Crane Alpha battle, and the Mercy killing, because I'm going to talk about that later.